And now, FAIRFAX Breakfast Club with your host, Basil Lemba.
Welcome to the FAIRFAX Breakfast Club show. My name is Basil Lemba and I will be your host. The FAIRFAX Breakfast Club is a weekly program in which we bring to you valuable and workable know-how you can use to improve your networking skills and grow your business. We always start the show with a quote. And today's quote is, "Human relationships used to be easy. You had friends, boy or girlfriends, parents, children, and landlords. Now, thanks to social media, it's all gone sideways." And that is from Suzanne Orlean. But it might be bad. With us today in the studio, we have someone who specializes in social media. Her name is Jennifer Abernethy. I'm going to ask her to introduce herself. Hello, Jennifer.
Hi, Basil. Nice to be here. Thanks for having me on your show.
My pleasure. So first, tell them your post title.
Tell them that my what? I'm
Your
sorry.
post title. What is your post
Oh,
title?
I'm America's premier social marketing stylist.
Okay.
Yes.
Very good. And what does that mean?
Well, I'm the one out there that's styling people, helping them to bring their own personality to social networks. It shouldn't be cookie cutter. I want to help them bring their personality. So if I was working with you, we would style you so that your personality comes through on social media networks to attract the kind of clients you want to attract.
Okay.
I feel everyone's different, everyone's unique.
Gotcha.
So that's why I like being a stylist.
Okay, very good. Definitely, the word stylist caught your attention. You wonder what that means exactly.
Yeah.
Precisely. That's why I asked the question.
Yeah.
So now, you take on the social media. What is your take on social media?
Well, as you know, it's taking over. That's my take. And everyone's on it. At least we'd like to think that everyone's on it. People are getting online. It's here to stay. It's going to evolve. But my mission right now is to help small business owners, entrepreneurs, professionals really engage with social media marketing, understand it. Therefore, that's why I was asked to write the Complete Idiot's Guide to Social Media Marketing. Help them understand the basics, but then start taking it to the new level and start networking and making great connections that they never could have made before. Social media, it's such an exciting time to be an entrepreneur and a small business owner because we have social media at our fingertips. It's just amazing. There's so many things we could do with it.
Okay, you seem very, very optimistic when it comes to. Well, I can assure you, some of the people are afraid, concerned, worried, distraught about social media.
Oh.
Is that because they don't understand it?
That's because they don't understand it. I mean, they're not logging in each day and thinking, I'm going to the world's biggest networking event. You know, if you think about Facebook, you know, nearly 1 billion people in the world are on Facebook, and half of those log in every single day.
Oh, really?
So when I log in, I think, how exciting this is. Who am I going to get to meet today? Whose lives can I impact with my expertise? And who can I attract to my business that I could possibly help?
Okay.
So I think if people start doing that, they'll be much more optimistic and enthusiastic about social media.
Okay, what I've heard is that it takes time. How do you handle it? It's cumbersome. You got to sit on them. Maybe you don't know how to use it. Now, what would you, of course, this is just a short show, but how would you help somebody take advantage of it successfully?
Sure. Well, number one, let's go back to what you just said. I would have them change their mindset. Let's not go into it thinking this is going to be a drudgery, it's going to take so much time, I don't have time for it. Get that away, get rid of that, and look at it as, who can I impact today? Who's going to see my message? And what new connections can I make that are going to take my business and my brand to extraordinary new levels? So I'd say in the beginning, if someone was looking to do this, which they should be, they should consider devoting at least 20 minutes a day to social media. They should create a nice professional looking Facebook account. They should start exploring Twitter. They should revisit their LinkedIn page if they haven't been there for a while. And really just start strategically going on there and connecting and start sharing your expertise on each site. So I always ask newbies to social media to give me 20 minutes a day. Eventually that'll go to 40, and eventually that will go to an hour. 20 in the morning, 20 at noon, 20 at the end of the day. But give me 20 minutes at first.
Okay. And as a result, they will be able to?
They'll be able to make new connections. They'll be able to better understand the landscape. they'll be able to, again, start connecting to people strategically that they maybe never had thought of to connect to before. Really start looking at, what groups are on Facebook that I want to join? What fan pages should I start posting on so I can get familiar in that person's community? Who should I start reaching out to and giving acknowledgments publicly online? It's all just like a regular networking event, it's just online, it's digital. So it's a whole new way of looking at it. And each one of the social media sites, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, they all have different personalities, they all have a different vibe to them, if you will. And so I always encourage people, log into each one each day and just start experimenting and connecting and asking for 10-minute phone conversations and watch what happens.
Asking for 10-minute phone conversation, what do you mean? Like you talk to somebody and you say, can I call you on the phone and talk about 10 minutes? Is that what it is?
Well, for example, let's just say that you and I didn't know each other, and I found you on Twitter, and I saw that, oh, this man named Basil, he has a television show on FAIRFAX, he runs this FAIRFAX Breakfast Club, you do a lot of networking in FAIRFAX, and I'm an entrepreneur that really wants to get to be known in FAIRFAX. I would connect you, and then I would send you a direct message on Twitter and say, Basil, hey, any chance we could do a 10-minute phone conversation? I'd like to get to know you a bit better. And therefore, it's a warm call, not a cold call, because we've already connected on Twitter or on LinkedIn. We could do the same thing. And you would be surprised at how many people are open to having those phone calls. It's just that people don't take it to that step. And that's how your business can really grow, by making those phone calls and making those connections.
And you teach people how to do that?
Yes,
That's
absolutely.
your profession?
Yes, 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 absolutely. It's part of the package.
Okay. All right. You say that if there was just no big deal, yet people suffer or go into becoming conscious when they hear social media.
Well, and they shouldn't. I mean, it's changed my life. I didn't think that, certainly 7 or 8 years ago, this didn't even exist. And when I got on social media back in 2006, really just to get the name of my business out there, it's called the Sales Lounge, one of my businesses. I knew within 48 hours that that's where the future was going to be, because I initially connected to someone in Canada and someone in California, that far away, and I thought, I have no marketing budget. This is unbelievable how I'm able to make those connections that far away. And it can really lead people to extraordinary opportunities. All of the media is on social media. Political and local government leaders are on social media. Other entrepreneurs are on there where you can share information and exchange resources. So people have to start looking at it as a way not only to broadcast your own message, but really as a way to network and make connections. It's the new social business.
Well, it's hard to say you can beat it. I mean, they say if you can beat him, join him, I guess.
That's right. Yeah.
That is the situation at this stage of the game.
Well, I think the first time people get a lead from it, maybe get invited to do a television show through social media, get invited to be on someone's blog talk radio, get invited to be featured as an expert on someone's blog. That's when they start going, oh, this is pretty cool. Yeah, this is pretty cool. In fact, just this last week, I was reading some new statistics that we're finding that more social shopping now is starting to happen.
What is social shopping?
Well, there's two ways people can social shop. One, someone might make a recommendation. For example, I may go online tonight and recommend a movie, a restaurant, a product. And people will buy that product based on my recommendation, not so much by seeing the commercial or the ad, okay? And so, or they might see the actual product on social media being demonstrated or showcased. And for example, I can't show them now, but the shoes that I have on I actually bought through Facebook. I saw the ad, it was there, and I was like, I like those shoes. And I purchased them, and they were sent to my home the next day. It was pretty cool. Yeah, so a lot of interesting things are happening now on there with social shopping.
Gotcha. I have another question, but I'll ask you that a little later.
Okay.
The next question I want to ask you is, what do you consider your biggest challenge in life?
My biggest challenge in life, I would say I'm on a quest right now to determine how people spend their time. Because we all have the same amount of time, right? We all have 24 hours in a day. But how do some people get so much done and some people struggle with getting that done? And I would say right now, that's one thing I'm trying to master, for lack of a better word. How can I smartly use my 24 hours to have the biggest impact on my family, on my life, and on those of others and my clients in that 24 hours? So that, I'd say right now, off the top of my head, that would be my answer.
Not a bad challenge.
Thank you.
Okay, my next question to you is, what is your biggest success in life?
Oh gosh, I would say, well, I have two.
Okay.
maybe even 3. But obviously my children, you know, I have a daughter, Natalie, who's going off to college this year, so I'm very, very proud of that. She was a 4.2 grade point average, so I have to brag. But the other thing that I'm most proud of is I adopted a little boy from Guatemala. And I went to Guatemala and I adopted, thank you. And we've, he's been home now for 10 years, but he's just a ton of fun, you know. So I would say those 2 obviously are my personal biggest accomplishments.
You want to throw one about business maybe? You want to throw one success about a business?
I'll throw one in for business. My books.
The books, okay.
Yeah, my books.
Which I think we'll get some pictures.
Yeah, being asked to do, through Penguin Publishing, being asked to write the Complete Idiot's Guide to Social Media Marketing, honestly, all came about because of Facebook. And again, this is why I so embrace and I'm such a champion for social media, because extraordinary opportunity can happen if the right person sees you online and sees your expertise and sees your updates. And that's exactly what happened to me. Someone saw me on Facebook and they recommended me to a literary agent, and I got the book deal. And it's now in its 2nd edition, and hopefully we'll be doing a 3rd edition here in another year or so. So that's probably my biggest professional accomplishment.
Okay, very good. Now, I've heard some business people say the solution to this social media thing, quote unquote, is to have somebody do it for you. What do you think of that? Is that workable, or what does it take?
Yeah, I mean, I've always done my own, you know, myself since 2006, but I do have a company called Socially Delivered, where we are a social media concierge firm, and we do social media for entrepreneurs and business owners out there. And for a lot of people, it does make sense, because the people that we work with, they are so busy. But they understand the importance of having that online presence. So while that they're monitoring what we're doing, and we're in very close dialogue with those professionals, they leave it to us to make sure that, you know, we're posting on a regular basis, that we're responding on their behalf.
A quick question: when you post, does that come from them or from you?
Okay.
Or you, or both way? Or
It's a combination, yeah.
Okay.
We have regular meetings and regular weekly communication with our clients, and so they tell us what's going on, what's happening with their business that week, and so we can tie in what they're doing with our social media formulas that we feel really work online. So to answer your question, I think for some people it makes sense to outsource it. It's just that if you do outsource, you want to make sure you're outsourcing to someone that knows what they're doing,
Well,
because they could really hurt their brand.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem today, because my experience, Lord forbid, I've dealt with some of those people who do this, do that, and then I take a look. I mean, what are the results? I guess maybe I should have told them, let's work out the matrix of it so I can see the result, because you put the money out there, you don't know what you're getting. Do you get anything, and what have you? You don't see it. The next thing you know, it affects the reaction people have when it comes to social media. And I mean, I really understand that it's coming out. It's not just that everybody's jumping into it. You go online today, everybody's a guru, which is shocking to me.
Yeah,
somebody was told me that last time, like, nobody wants to study anything, but everybody is the guru.
No, I know, and I say guru beware, because there's a lot of pretenders out there. And that's one of the reasons why I started Socially Delivered, because I was literally getting calls 3 times a week saying, Jennifer, please, will you do my social media for me? I mean, my stuff is so messed up, my sites aren't set up correctly. And so I did, and I also we also license our content to other social media professionals. That's one of my missions. So they're learning the right way to do it, you know, or at least a great way to do it, and so therefore not to hurt people.
Okay.
And hurt their businesses. So yeah, guru beware. You know, you want to look at someone, you want to make sure that they've been on social media for a while. You want to look to see, do they have a lot of followers themselves? You want to ask questions. How long have you been doing social media yourself? What makes you qualified? See, I have a sales and marketing background. I'm a 27-year sales professional. And so I bring that to the table.
Gotcha.
Because I know that most people who get on social media and who are in business, they ultimately want to sell something, you know? And so, you know, we have to make sure that we're marketing it and socializing online in a way to start attracting new business opportunities. And it's a ton of fun. We absolutely love it.
No, I imagine if you are into it and like it, knows it, I'm sure it's fine, because not only that, you get to create around it, or maybe set trend even, as the case may be. So on that account, really interesting.
No, exactly. If you want to be with someone who's enthusiastic about it, because that conveys through in the social media marketing. And energy attracts followers, energy attracts new business. So I'd say for those who are looking for someone to do their social media for them, make sure they're enthusiastic, they're energetic about what they're going to do, and that they do have a solid sales, marketing, social media
That they are
background.
competent. I mean,
Yes.
if you ask me, that's my biggest beef. Everybody come all over, I do this, I do that, and then I look.
Yeah.
I don't seem. I guess somehow they got to figure out a way to, or either to check that they are competent, or have some matrix put in place so they know that whatever that person is doing is resulting in something. I think that would be a way for them to find out if they have the right person for the job.
Well, that's one thing too. Our licensees, one of the ways they stand out is they say, you know, we are part of the network of the author of the Complete Idiot's Guide to Social Media Marketing. They're using all my techniques, all of my resources, you know, all of my materials they're using, and they're personally vetted by me as well. So they're getting credible, you know, whoever hires them are getting really, really credible people.
Okay.
Yeah, which is good. So that's part of my mission too, is to bring good social media professionals out there, because I'm tired of seeing people getting burned. Yeah.
I wouldn't say I've been, not on TV.
I'll take a look at your social media for you. How's that?
All right then.
By the way, what is your Twitter handle? Do we know?
Nova Biz Expo, which I need. I know the one for. We talk.
Yeah, Nova Biz Expo. Okay,
yes.
that's for your expo. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Okay,
I
great.
need one also for the Breakfast Club. Just that I need one for the TV show itself.
Yes,
so,
you do. You
so
do, because
definitely
we could be taking tweets right now. And tweet us.
That is correct. Okay, so yeah, something else. But before, I think you want to show people what this is and what it does.
Well, no, this is just my cell phone. I bought it. Hopefully, it's turned off. But one of the reasons why, too, I'm so passionate about getting people on social media is because, you know, what's coming is, you know, I tell people you want to build your digital footprint now, because you may have heard the term Google Glasses. Google Glasses, it's coming. Google Glassware.
And what does that mean, Mom?
Well, what that means is there's going to be a smart technology that's going to take place, and we're going to go to Basil's networking breakfast, and if you have smart Google Glasses on or smartware on you, whether it's in your phone or in your glasses, I'll be able to point my phone at you and it's going to tell me how many Twitter followers you have, do you have a YouTube channel, what is your blog, it's going to give me your website just by pointing this at you. It's going to read. And people who have Google Glasses on, they're actually going to be able to see it in their lens. They're going to see that information. So Google, if you can, Google Glassware, and you'll see a video of what it looks like. And it's, you know, it's like called augmented reality. All of this stuff is coming. So I say to people, start embracing and engaging in social media now, because in the next 18 months to 24 months, the landscape is going to change so profoundly that if you're not involved, you're going to start getting left behind. You're going to feel left out. And so, you know, with the augmented reality and glassware coming, it's going to change the way that we're networking and doing business.
Okay. Allow me to try to understand. You mean that we should take out the word privacy out of the dictionary?
Ah, yes, yes, yes. Well, here's the thing. You want to only post, if you don't, let's back up. If you don't want the information on the cover of the New York Times, don't post it. Because anything that you put online is going to be seen in that glassware, right? But you're right, It's like the walls are coming down, and it's going to be interesting to see. But you're right. I wouldn't say privacy is going away, but I'm worried.
Anything you publish, basically would be seen.
And I worry for people who post a lot of pictures, let's say, of their children. I love to look at them and I love to see them, but you don't know what type of digital footprint you're leaving for your children, because when they get older and this glassware appears, and anyone can log in and see all those pictures of them from, you know, from when they were born, literally, we don't know what kind of impact that's going to have. And so, you know, I'd say if it's not, you know, keep it. I'm all about keeping it professional, keeping it above board online, and you'll be okay.
I think it's really right, because I attended a meeting last time at the college, was going about hiring, different hiring, people hiring. And today, if you come to your resume, they go to Facebook to find out all about it. So whatever you put out there now is like, I think the military, same thing, whatever who was hiring, which makes sense because they don't know you.
Well, HR, I have a lot of people in my neighborhood that are vice presidents of HR, and they say one of the first things they do is Google the person's name. And they look at their Facebook, they do look at that, they get an impression, and they say so many people are not even brought into the interview because of what they see online.
Oh, really?
And this is, yes, and this is particularly important with college students or high school students. They're losing college admissions opportunities, they're losing scholarship opportunities. they're losing job opportunities because of what they're posting online.
Wow.
And so I think that eventually I will do a book for teens because I'm very passionate about
Well,
that
you
as
need
well.
to do it now because
I need
they're
to do it
walking
now.
right into it and destroying their life.
They are.
In
They
fact,
are.
also even the military, all military, of course, or any profession, not only military, but they don't know. They think it's a game. I gotta be here over there, so I
Yeah.
can post. I say whatever. I can put in any picture I want,
Right.
and then it's catastrophic at the end.
It is, and I worry for people, like say when the elections come around, political, and a lot of people put their political rants online. I worry for them because they could lose business from it. I hate to say, you know, based on what they're saying, what they're posting. I'd say do just like when you're at a networking event. You don't want to talk religion, politics, you know, things like that. I would not do that on social media either.
Okay,
I really wouldn't. So.
gotcha. That's
Fun
interesting.
stuff. Yeah, yeah. It's an exciting time to be in business. We have all these opportunities available for us now. We can now reach people globally. We were talking earlier before. You're from Africa. I could actually talk with someone from Africa now online. I could seek them out on Twitter if I wanted to start doing business in Africa. If I wanted to start doing business in Europe, I could find these people pretty easily online. I could find the decision makers and start making those connections literally within an hour or two. And that's just
It's
unheard
fabulous.
of. Yeah.
I mean, the world is about communication, connecting to people.
Yeah.
Well, this is an era of the eras. I mean, used to be, I remember way back when in Africa, if you send a letter to somebody in Europe, it'll take 3 weeks. That is if you're
Right.
lucky. The whole saying, slow boat to China, I mean, sit down tight and wait.
Right.
By the time somebody has to reply back to you, that will be 6 weeks. The situation will completely, totally change. So you couldn't even deal with anything, really. It's
I
like,
know.
God forbid.
We're looking at actually creating a London office over in London. And, you know, before this would be unheard of for me. But how it started was I started connecting with all these mom bloggers and bloggers over in London who were following me on @SalesLounge on Twitter, get that in. And they were following me on Twitter. And before you know it, I realized I had this following and a lot of connections over in London. And then someone contacted me and they said, listen, I'm moving to London. I'd love to possibly represent your brand over there. So we're in talks now about opening up a virtual London office and having someone over there, and that never would have happened without social media.
That's for sure. I mean, the potential is tremendous, no doubt about it. Anytime you bring people in connection together,
Exactly.
an
Great
instant
news.
communication is a win-win for everybody.
That's right, that's right. And we're at a social innovation time right now on social media, and so groups are getting together on social media and innovating. They're coming up with ideas. They're scheduling times to meet online at a certain time and having conversations and talking about topics, certain topics, to innovate, to make things happen, and to help each other build their businesses and networks. So it's really, really an exciting time.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
We have a few minutes left over here. I would like to ask
sure.
you to please tell us your experience at our May 17 Expo.
Oh, at the expo. Well, the expo was great. We were talking about how, first of all, you created a great energy at the event with the music, which I'm all about. You want to have the music, want to have great energy at the event. I felt like you gave all the vendors a great way to display their wares, if you will. So there's a lot of networking happening amongst the vendors, and it had a great energy to it. You know, walking around, meeting new business owners whom I hadn't met before, some whom I had. And I felt that it was a really good crowd. You had some businesses there who were much larger, you know, multi-million-dollar businesses, and you had the startup business.
That's right.
And so I like that too.
Mix,
It's not
yeah.
just all the same level. So I thought it was fabulous. And of course, Basil is a great host. Can you imagine? Yes, you're a
Thank
great
you very
host.
much. No, I like that because the basic philosophy of our breakfast and the expo is are you willing to grow your business? And then you can come in. There's no the qualification, big, small, and what have you. The other reason actually is because I think you could agree with that. Once you understand networking, it does not matter.
Right.
Because that person can lead you to any person. So censoring, saying so and so cannot get in because of the size or whatever
Right.
is not just the best way to go about it.
Well, I say that online too. I say you don't just connect to people whom you think are going to buy from you. Connect to most people because you don't know who they know.
That's right.
You don't know who their next door neighbor is that they could tell about your business. So in-person networking is the same way. It's always very important. When I first launched my business back in 2006, I went to 3 networking events a week for a year and a half. And in fact, I think I'd met you originally, way back then. Seems like eons ago.
Yeah.
And that really helped catapult my business because I got connected, you know, really, really quick. But it takes some energy. It takes getting up, getting out there and doing it. But those that do it are the ones that are successful. So it's great that you're doing these events.
Yeah, we love it. I mean, we do them. For your information, folks, we host a monthly breakfast event in Fairfax each and every month, generally the second or third Thursday of the month. And twice a year, in May and December, we put on an expo. We just had the expo in May, and the next one is on December 6th. A great way for you to really grow your business. The online, yes, and then you complete. We do that so as to complete the other side, because what I tell people, how much time will it take for you to make 400 personal contacts? How many days would it take?
That's right.
Yet, at our expo, in less than 5 hours, you can contact 400 people.
Yeah.
And you always add to enrich your connection, the relationship. It can start, or it can add, or just follow up with the people that you meet online. I must confess, I don't know much about social media. That's why I'm inviting her.
We'll get you set up. Well, one of the perks, like at your event, this is another benefit of going to one of Basil's events. I offered to do to everyone who came to my session a complimentary webinar. So we'll be doing the webinar here, and I told Basil he's coming to the webinar.
Yes, I will sign it.
And so we're going to do just some basics online, complimentary for the folks. So it's always good to get out and meet new people and try new things. So that's what you're doing is really great.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Well, folks, so the next Breakfast Club, for your info, I don't know when this will come to you, will be on July 18 here in Fairfax, 3999 University Drive. We have about 30 to 40 business owners there. We hope to have you with us. Watch our show Tuesday night, Wednesday midnight, and Saturday at 2 o'clock. You'll be seeing her much more, and you can see our website there. Thank you very much for tuning in, and looking forward to seeing you next time. Have a very productive day. Bye-bye.